I might be a brat, but it's only because I've got daddy issues. Hi, Ugly. It's me, Bussy, and welcome back to Hat or Rat. And today, we'll be reviewing episode 8 of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 14. Our queens were challenged to divide themselves into 3 60s girl groups: the Shangri-Las, the Brunettes, and the Super Duper Rupremes, in which they were challenged to perform original choreography and write original verses for the new retro hits. Insert name of song here for each group. And the runway category was Heart On. So we'll be breaking all that down and ranking each queen from Rattest Rat to Hottest Hot, based on how I thought they did in the main challenge and runway out of a total of 10 flames combined. And we'll also be taking a look at what Daya said on Twitter just a couple of days ago in a heartfelt plea to the fan base. But first, we need to talk about how I'm sick and tired of getting charged for free trial memberships and subscriptions that I'm not even using. Thankfully, the sponsor of today's video, Privacy.com, is here to save the day with virtual cards which allow you to take control of your finances and protect your bank information online. Here's how it works. Visit Privacy.com/Bussy right now and sign up for free. Everyone who uses my link will get $5 to spend on your first purchase. Then after connecting a US bank account or debit card, we can start setting up our virtual cards. For this one, we'll set a spend limit of $10 and limit it to one use. Perfect for a Starbucks card reload. And with the Privacy Chrome extension, all it takes is a few clicks to autofill our new virtual cards information into the payment form. Now let's submit that reload for $10 and success. This is seriously one of the coolest personal finance tools that I've ever had the pleasure of using. Just think about the possibilities. Create burner cards to gain access to free trial memberships. Just close them with one click after the initial authorization and you never have to think about them again. And best of all, with Privacy, there's no interest, no fees, and no impact to your credit score. Plus, if you want to get fancy, you can even get 1% cash back on all of your Privacy purchases with a pro plan. So what are you waiting for? Take control of your finances and protect your bank information online by signing up for Privacy at Privacy.com/Bussy. And remember, new customers will automatically get $5 to spend on your first purchase. Thanks Privacy for sponsoring today's video. Seriously, it's free and they're giving you $5 just to sign up. Go do it. Now, let's achy breaky some hearts. I'm so sad to say it, but my broadest rat tonight is Kerri Colby. Concerning what she did in the challenge, we do see her struggling in rehearsal, and Michelle tells her to stop trying to sound so pretty. And I had such high hopes for her as the episode was going on, but the metaphorical writing on the wall was all over the edit, as we heard about her growing up in a Christian household that wasn't allowed to listen to girl groups like Beyonce and Destiny's Child. And girl, if I've ever heard of modern tragedy, that is one. And as a result of her upbringing, or trying to sound too pretty, as Michelle said, her challenge performance was not crazy, sexy, or cool. From the strange makeup and hair choice to the choreo, the dancing, being in sync, singing, it was all pretty bad. This performance was a rat. Over on the runway, I was dying watching her walk down the runway, but you know, so was she because her heart was on the wrong side of her body. I will say the concept for what she did was one of the more fun ones on the runway tonight. She was supposed to be the actual arteries of the body, I guess, dangling from neck to waist length. But what's going on here? It kind of looks like she just got caught in like one of those cartoon nets that villains throw on the good guys when they're running around. And it might have been cool had she put some sort of like red mesh garment under that to hide all of the pieces and parts of the stockings and the panties and the bib titty. But maybe she was just doing the whole no pants thing to honor 2010 Lady Gaga. For this look though, my heart did not beat. It's a rat. Next up, she never runs out of things to say. It's Jasmine Kennedie. Miss Girl was calling out Daya for being two-faced, which they expanded on in the workroom. And then later when she was receiving her critiques from Ru, I almost lost my mind, interrupted her, cut her off. Very Kanye of her. And speaking of Kanye, did anybody actually buy that little stem player thing to listen to Donda 2? Anyways, on to Jasmine's challenge performance. So, kind of thought the producing team maybe did her a little bit dirty in this challenge. Because, yeah, her singing was pretty horrible. Why didn't Michelle hear that and say, we're gonna let you talk like we're gonna let Jorgeous talk? But her lyrics were dull and she could have done more. And she just really wasn't in sync with her girl group. In sync. Oh my god, I didn't even intend to make that one. But hopefully she'll do better next week because this was a rat. And on the runway, she is referencing the Aphrodite character from the cartoon movie Hercules, the goddess of love and beauty. And I do think that is a fun, if very obscure reference, especially because the look is really just a pretty dress. I just don't think the 2 hearts placed on the waist and shoulder did a lot to really meet this category beyond like, here's some hearts attached to a pretty dress. I also want to say, I would not have even noticed what was going on with her hair unless her voiceover specifically mentioned it. The thing about these specific type of hairstyles is that I think they can look good in some cases, but one of the things that really finishes this type of style is having that darker colored spray that goes along the hairline to really fill it in and make it look much more full. Because if you have a literal natural hairline going around the front of your face, but then you have literally an entire wig attached to the back, girl, it's not adding up. It's just 2 totally different fantasies. Anyways, the dress is gorgeous. I'm gonna go ahead and give that a hot. But the outfit as a whole is heartly on theme, so gotta give it a rot. Next up, look to the sky. There she is. Deja is the queen that surprised me the most this week. I was really impressed both with her ability to corral Jorgeous and Jasmine and how she actually performed in it. Turns out she's a great singer, pretty good dancer, and the only thing that she was missing, I think, was just a tad bit of oomph in some of the lyrics. But Deja Beyonce'd the hell out of this group, and for that, she deserves a hot. But on the runway, it is always a good week when Deja doesn't bring the entire California King sheet set on the runway with her. And I love that she did a hair up and off of her shoulders. It just totally lifts up her entire silhouette. So like for Deja, yeah, I was really happy to see this look on her. But critiquing this look as a look from any queen on the runway, I think the most unforgivable part of this outfit is actually the way that sock and skirt line meet, leaving like 3 inches of skin there. Oh, it just is giving me like grandma going to church vibes. Why? Why, Deja Skye? Why? And of course, the hearts on her shoulders, well, they barely had enough blood to stay pumped up. This look is a rat. Next up, she's looking good and feeling gorgeous. As I mentioned earlier, Michelle ended up letting her talk through the verse, something that was afforded to no one else, despite being able to sing definitely not being something that drag queens should be asked to do. But because of the talking, Jorgeous did pretty good. Plus, she did look confident out there in her group, even if she maybe wasn't hitting some of the choreo like she should have been. And Miss Confidence gets a soft from me tonight. And on the runway, let me just read y'all what Jorgeous was saying in her runway voiceover confessional. You want a heart, bitch? I'll give you a big ass heart. I'm giving you a bra and panty because the bitch could wear it. And you know how the judges are reacting. Like she said nothing. She literally said nothing. Y'all want a How to Rock YouTube video? I'll give you a How to Rock YouTube video. I'm giving you a wig and a top because I can wear that. And you know how you're reacting. But to be honest, maybe you shouldn't have much to say about the look because there's honestly not that much to say about the look. But she's got a heart on and she looks gorgeous, so I'm gonna give this look a soft hot. Next up, the lady Camden. She too, like Kerri and her group, made a strange hair and makeup choice. And the effect of those two, honestly, was kind of scary. But look aside, it actually surprised me that the judges put her in the bottom 3. I didn't particularly think that her verse was bad, or even that she was bad at the choreo. I think it was more so the judges were just looking for that wow factor that they saw last week from her. I thought she did okay though, at least enough to be safe, so I'm gonna leave her at a soft hot here. And on the runway, somebody call a nurse. She's been shot by a tiny little boy with 2 arrows. This immediately brought me back to Aquaria's little Cupid look and this look is cute though. I think it fits her silly personality and it's kind of big, larger than life. It's very kids, campy TV show host kind of vibes. And in that sense, I think it's really fun. And for what it was executed well. So I'm gonna give this look a hot. Next up, Angeria, Paris, London, Texas, Tokyo, Van Drag Queen VanMichaels III. As usual, Angeria slayed the challenge. Her group's song overall wasn't the most inventive. The second 2 groups really just wrote lyrics that matched the chorus of their songs that they were given. Angeria had the look, the voice, the acting and performance of the dance and all of it completely, supremely, RuPaully done. This performance was hot. And on the runway, she says this is a 60s mod Harajuku Barbie doll fantasy. The good thing about fantasies is they could be anything to anyone. Is it 60s mod? Yes, absolutely. She's got this giant, harshly cut, banged blonde wig on that's like 3 feet above her head, and then she walks out to the end of the runway to reveal the little I heart you on the front of the outfit. And that was really the only way that she met the theme of the runway. Like maybe she was tapping into that Victor and Rolf runway thing from a couple of years ago where they put all those words on the gowns? Or maybe she just had this dress in her closet and wanted to find a way for it to fit the brief. On anyone else, I might have just said that I hate it, but I actually love this look on Angeria. I think it's really fun, fresh, unique, and I mean, my God, at least someone on this runway gave us something exciting. So yes, I do hearts this look. And by the way, the next 3 queens, Willow, Bosco, and Daya, all have 9 out of 10 hot flames from me tonight, and they're being presented here in no particular order. And because of how in sync and great their group was, I'm just gonna critique them as a whole. What they did here was next level legendary. They took this 60s girl group song and then turned it into this creepy stalker song where he gets hit by a Bussy at the end. It was weird, it was fun, they took us on a journey, and the only one of this group that I didn't give the full 5 hot flames to was Willow. Her performance style is a little more muted than her 2 groups in this girl group. More muted than her 2 groups. What did I just say? Groups? Girl? But they all get hats. And concerning Willow's runway, well, this is a panty dropper, isn't it? I really enjoy how dumb this look is. And Willow's one of those queens that I think can make a little bit say a lot. Because this really is just random undergarment panties all stuck together on some sort of harness piece. It did take me back to Manila Luzon's leather belt thing where she hopped down the runway as a rabbit. And I enjoyed that reference, if intentional or not. She's probably not a freak in the sheets, cause, you know, by the time she gets all that off, her partner's asleep, but this look is hot. And concerning Bosco tonight, firstly, can we please have a moment of silence for her iconic reads? You put the bottom in lobotomy. And to Kerri, your face is so frozen and just asked me, do you want to build a snowman? And of course, when she was talking about RuPaul's Will and said she wanted you all to be her pallbearer so you could let her down on the runway one last time. And on that note, can we also take a moment of silence for Kennedie Davenport's tweet about this? Some ugly beep on this runway. Yes, I can says that. I've had an ugly thing or one on the runway myself. And Bosco on the runway came for blood. She gave us a little vampire fantasy and had several literal interpretations of hearts throughout her outfit in the hairstyling, the cutouts of the dress in the front and back. And to top it all off, I suppose, was also carrying an anatomical heart. She was giving us the weird, the vamp, the camp, the glam. And she's another queen, like Willow, who can make a little really look like a lot. And at the end of the day, I think that is truly the essence of drag. This look is hot. And concerning Daya's runway, the thing I love most about this look is that she put it on. Daya's style is so unique to her. It's all very special, and you've got to appreciate the detailing on everything she does. Like down to a microscopic level. This bitch has clothespins up and down from her shoulder to her wrist. She took the detailing and complexity of the word heart to the highest degree. Eat your heart out, baby. All 3 of them. This look is hot. And concerning Daya's message to the fans, on February 22nd, she tweeted, "Words matter, let's do better," with the following screenshots of the message written out, writing, "Over the past couple of days, I received some very hateful messages. Messages telling me that I, quote, deserve nothing, not even to live. Messages telling me that I should probably just go ahead and myself." Now, I can usually ignore these comments. I know people only say these kinds of things because they're upset, either upset with how something played out on television or upset with something going on in their own personal lives. However, one thing I cannot ignore is why grown adults in our community think it is okay to say these things to one another. Reading messages like this really made me think back to how I felt as an outcasted kid, a feeling I'm sure many people can relate to. My sisters and I, we are human beings, and regardless of moments that you see while watching the show, regardless of who you're rooting for, regardless of your emotions, thoughts, or opinions, is never okay to say these kinds of things to another person. And at the end of the day, when we lay our heads down to rest, we are all one and the same. So let's start acting better. Let's be better. Do better. And concerning the tops and bottoms this week, how everything shook out, I pretty much agreed with the judges' decisions. There wasn't a lot to disagree on. The Shangri-Las were hands down the best group, and I thought they were so good that I was kind of upset they didn't just give the win to all 3 of them. Like, they really deserved it for hitting that one out of the park. But Daya, who was, I think, the most most animated of her little girl group gets the win, and I was very happy for her. Lip syncing, we've got Jasmine and Kennedie, and I did react to these runways and challenge over on my Patreon at patreon.com/BussyQueen. That's my members only website where my Patreon family gets exclusive member benefits like early access to my channel, access to exclusive videos, access to the Bussy Queen Discord server, and more. And you can join by clicking the link in the description of this video. See you there. But my general thoughts were that Jasmine did really well in the lip sync, especially for losing one shoe. It could have gone south real quick for her in the edit if she had taken the other one off and then been dancing with none, as we've already seen happen twice, but like, round of applause. She did the damn thing. And Kerri, well, she did good in the face department. Again, just kind of missed the mark on the dancing and choreo, especially when compared with Jasmine. But even though she goes home because she has chocolate, I think we all know her real prize was getting that face seen by millions. I think that she will be a very successful model if that's something she wants to pursue. She's got a face and a body so beautiful and transfixing. If she picked up some trash on the side of the road and told me to eat it, I would, just to impress her. And finally, the moment you've all been waiting for. My hottest on the runway goes to Willow Pill. And yeah, what she did was simple, but it was fashion, irreverent, and memorable. And in the main challenge, I'm gonna give it to my girl, Daya. I also asked my patrons to vote on their hottest hots, and they've chosen Willow Pill for the runway and Angeria in the girl group challenge. But as always, I'd love to know what you thought about this episode. Let me know down in the comments below. Did you agree with the tops and bottoms, and who won and who went home? And I also want to say thanks to you for watching this video, and give an extra special thanks to today's video sponsor, Privacy.com. Don't forget to check them out using the link in the description of this video. You can sign up for free, and they've got $5 over there waiting for you to spend. Seriously, it's free and they're giving you $5 just to sign up. Go do it. And as always, I want to say thanks to my generous patrons and give an extra special shout out to Phoebus and Marlowe, Lady Olive, Lady Olive, Levi Drew, yeah, Oddball Gaming, ALX, Sheldon Legareta, Channing O, Neil, Marty Claus, Freya Walker, Izzy Estelle, and Daphne Chacon, who've all just joined my Patreon at the tier. And Aliao, Angel, Cyrus, Dark-Sided Otter, Dicky, Alicia, Hector Simancas, JB, Jeffrey, Joseph, Josh Marchant, JP in Dallas, Laura, Lisette, Mark James, Matthew Burns, Matthew Bauer, Maxie LaWow, Miss F, Neely, Ryan Beatsay, Scooby Snacks, Sailor, Tom Jaco, Tom Young, Topher, Triton, Willie, and Eugene, who are all supporting me in my Bussy Queen Collector tier. See you later. Love ya. Bye.